Well, hello guys, this is Nishkarsh Agarwal, and this video will be a start of a new series called Hacking for Dummies. And in between the video of this amazing series, I'll be posting awesome content on my Discord channel too. So make sure to join the server and enjoy. Link in the description. So this may seems like a theoretical video for now, but this is very important for complete beginners. So the first and the main question, why do you want to become a hacker? Because you want to stalk your ex-girlfriend who blocked you 2 years ago? Because you want to show off in front of your friends? Dude, he's a hacker, stay away from him. Or because you want to hack your neighbor's Wi-Fi? OMG, free Wi-Fi for life. Or maybe because you want to hack all the banks and fill your account with a lot of money. Well, if you have any of the reasons I just said, then grow up. Hacking is not a thing to show off. If you want to learn hacking, learn to help others. Learn hacking to make them stay secure. Learn hacking to protect them from bad guys. Learn hacking to make internet a safer place. Also, hacking is not a two-day game. You need to have patience, keep practicing and stay up to date with the latest technology. And you'll find all that content in my channel. So make sure to hit subscribe and keep watching this channel. Also, more great amazing content is coming soon. So what exactly is hacking? Well, hacking is the process of finding vulnerabilities or weaknesses and gaining unauthorized access into the system in which we have gained those vulnerabilities, and using these unauthorized privileges to perform malicious activities which are ranging from deleting system files to stealing sensitive information. Hacking is illegal and it can lead to extreme consequences if you are caught in the act. Also, computer experts are hired legally by companies to hack into their system and find vulnerabilities and weak endpoints so that they can be fixed. So the people who hack into a system legally with the permission of the organization or the company are known as ethical hackers. And the term hacker without any ethical or anything before the word is often referred to as bad hackers or crackers, which have malicious intent associated with hacking. Now comes the type of hackers. So what do you think? How many types of hackers are there? 3. Black, white and gray? Of course not. So according to me, there are 13 types of hackers. Yeah guys, and these all are boom: black, gray, white, blue, red and green hat hackers. Also script kiddies, social engineers, hacktivists, cyber terrorists, state or nation sponsored hackers, malicious insider, and at the last, which is my favorite too, elite hacker. We'll be discussing each of them briefly in this video. Black hat hackers. Basically, these are the bad guys. These are the type of hackers that break into a computer system with purely negative motives such as money or reputation. White hat hackers or ethical hackers. This is the exact opposite of the black hats, and these are the good guys. So these are ethical hackers who use their hacking skills to identify security vulnerabilities or weaknesses, as I mentioned previously, in hardware, software or networks only when they are legally permitted to do so. Grey hat hackers. So they are the mixture of both white and black hat hackers. They will find vulnerabilities inside systems without the permission of their owners, but will do not have a malicious intent and will report the weakness to the particular owner or organization. Now comes the blue hat hacker. In one word, this is the amateur. Usually, the techniques are deployed out of ill motives such as revenge attacks. Red hat hackers. The objective of a red hat hacker is to find black hat hacker, intercept and destroy their schemes or plans or whatever. Image of a red hat hacker. I don't know from where do I find these suck images. Green hat hackers. So this is the set of individuals who simply want to observe and learn about the world of hacking. It comprises of those who join learning communities and watch videos and tutorial about hacking and try hard to learn what is hacking. Script kiddies. This refers to the newbies. They don't cause any excessive damage, because they can't, but they use downloaded hacking software or purchased scripts to bombard traffic sites or simply disrupt the regular activity of a website for fun. This is the image of a script which is known as the lazy script, which is made for script kiddies. Social engineers. These are the hackers who use their psychological manipulation to make people perform certain actions. It is a more complex crime scheme. Or you can think of them as the one who manipulates others' mind and will give the password or the one the hacker needs instantly. It's like, hi Amy, this is Joe from IT and I'm working from home today. And Amy thinks that the one she's talking to is Joe, but actually he's a hacker and somehow he will manipulate her to take the credentials. Hacktivists. These are the type of hackers who break into computer systems and networks just to draw attention towards an alarming social cause. An image of a hacktivist. Cyber terrorist. Cyber terrorist is the one who break into computer systems in order to steal or change or destroy information in a form of cyber terrorism. State or nation sponsored hackers. These hackers target government agencies, critical infrastructure, or any of the industries known to contain sensitive data. Malicious insider or whistleblower hackers. So these are the type of computer hackers who leak sensitive information from within an organization, especially under the umbrella of government agencies. It's like you can think of them as a hacker who's working in an organization with the name of an employee, and he is leaking their private information to public from the same organization he's working on. Now comes the elite hackers. So these are the individuals who are known as the cutting edge geniuses. They're the real experts and the innovators in the field of hacking. Now comes the hacking terminology or the common terms which are used a lot in the field of hacking. Phishing. So what do you think here? Have I made a spelling error and it looks like the real phishing? Well, yeah, they both are very similar. Phishing is a technique which tricks user into revealing sensitive information. For example, you got an email from Instagram which is telling that due to some reasons we have to block our account, and to unlock it you have to click on this link and sign into your account. What actually happens is that a hacker who wants to take over your account credentials for some reasons has set up a fake page which is running on a server somewhere and have sent you the fake email. So whatever you'll type will be transferred to him and he can see everything that you have entered into the login field. Malware. So malware is a software program which is designed by hackers to hijack computer systems or steal sensitive information from a device. A malware program can get transferred to a system via various means like a USB, a hard drive, or spam. Ransomware. Ransomware is a form of malware which locks the user out of his own system and cuts access to his or her important files. A ransom message is then displayed that instruct how much and where to send the payment, usually requested in Bitcoin, in order to get your files back. By the way, the files are not back in most of the cases. And the image you are seeing now is of a very famous ransomware known as the WannaCry. Vulnerability. Now I've talked about this a lot of times, and a vulnerability is a weakness which can be exploited by a hacker to perform unauthorized actions within a computer system. Exploits. An exploit is a piece of code that takes advantage of a vulnerability or a security flaw into something, maybe a website, maybe a computer, or anything. Exploits allow an intruder or a hacker, they are the same, to remotely access a network and gain admin privileges, or to move deeper into the network for scanning or so this is the image of all of some exploits which are used inside Metasploit, which is an application which we'll talk about later. Spoofing. Spoofing is when a hacker pretends to be someone known by a person on network in order to access sensitive information, often in pursuit of financial gain or money. Spoofing can also happen on a deeper technical level, such as with DNS or IP address. For example, when an email is sent from a false sender address that asks a recipient to provide sensitive data, this email could also contain a link to a malicious website that contains a malware. And when the user clicks on that link, he will be redirected to that malicious website and the malware will be downloaded inside the computer, which the hacker wants. Encryption. Well, encryption is a process of encoding a message or information to make it unreadable or secretive, like this, which is an example of a ransomware which have encrypted all the files of the user. Adware. Adware is typically a software which acts like a spyware to track a user's browsing activities secretly. It then generates advertisements based on the user's browsing history. Some adwares are maliciously designed to pop up ads with a frequency, ultimately slowing down your computer. It can collect your personal information, browsing history, and provide inputs for further phishing attacks. Like this. Zero-day vulnerability. Well, a zero-day vulnerability is a software security flaw which is only known to the software vendor but doesn't have a patch in place to fix the flaw. And it has the potential to be exploited by cyber criminals. It's like the software organizers came to know about a zero-day vulnerability or a vulnerability which have to be fixed right now, or it can cause a lot of havoc. Like this. Brute force attack. Another commonly hacking terminology to bypass login pages. Brute force is a trial and error method to decrypt data. This method is widely known or widely used to crack passwords. Bot. A bot is a software robot that runs automated scripts over the internet. Many search engines like Google and Bing employ bots, also known as spiders, to scan websites and index them for purpose of ranking them in order to return on search queries. But when these bots are used by hackers, they can be programmed to perform malicious activities or tasks, as well as introduce malware into the system of the user or the victim. You can think of them as using Google. For example, you search for cotton, and the first example is the most relevant of the query that you entered, which is cotton. The second is somewhat most prevalent, and so on and so forth. So this is only possible due to bots. This is an example of a bot script. Botnets. Now, a botnet refers to a network of bots which are controlled by a hacker. It's like a lot of bots at once, which will make a botnet. Applications of botnet include the launch of DDoS, which we are going to talk about next, stealing data, sending spam, and allowing the attacker to access the device and its connection. DDoS, which is distributed denial of service. And this hacking terminology is highly common amongst hackers and is a major concern for website owners and developers. A DDoS attack is carried out with an army of botnets. It's like a lot of botnets and controlled by black hats. They use these botnets to send a large number of requests at the same time. This floods the target server, therefore slowing down or even crashing and shutting down the server. Now comes the firewall. A firewall is a network security system which continuously monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic and blocks out any untrusted source to ensure safe communication. A firewall can be both hardware and software based. Payload. A payload refers to the part of the virus that performs malicious actions such as compromising data, destroying information, or hijacking the computer system. And this image is an example of Metaprinter payloads. Rootkit. This is the most evil. Rootkits are one of the scariest methods to perform a cyber intrusion, mostly because it goes undetected. Give a black hat a rootkit and he would perform the perfect heist. A rootkit is a malware program which can be installed on a system through various means. Just like a virus, a rootkit can be injected via emails, unauthenticated websites, via infected hard drives, etc. And once it is injected, a black hat can access the remote applications as per his or her need. And once he's into the system, his activity is extremely hard to detect, even by skilled IT professionals. It is like the holy grail of hacking. RAT, Remote Access Trojan, which is a form of malware which can be operated by even an unskilled hacker. And once a rat is installed on your system, the hacker gains complete control of a system. While rats can be used for legitimate purpose too, like when a user wants to access his home computer from another location, but it is largely or widely used for illegitimate purposes. And this is a script which make a rat easily, and it is used commonly by unskilled hackers. Spam. This hacking terminology is commonly associated with emails. Often, spammers try to collect a huge database of emails and randomly send them emails to promote their products. However, spam can also be used to introduce malware into systems through phishing or directing to authenticated websites. The best practices is to delete spam as soon as you receive one, or make sure to use a spam filter. Worm. Similar to a virus, a worm is a self-contained program which can self-replicate or make its copies on its own. And a worm doesn't need to be a part of a program, but instead it can transfer itself to multiple systems on a network connected without the user's interaction. Why do hackers name things out of animals every time? So this is the example of a worm. Now comes the phases of hacking. So there are 5 phases of hacking which are as follows. First, reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and at the end, covering tracks. So we'll be talking about each of them briefly. Reconnaissance. So this is the primary phase where the hacker tries to collect as much information as possible about the target. It includes identifying the target, finding out its IP address range, network, DNS records, etc. This is a script which is used to perform automated reconnaissance. Scanning. It involves taking the information discovered during reconnaissance and using it to examine the network. Tools that a hacker may employ during the scanning phase can include dialers, post scanners, network mappers, sweepers, and vulnerability scanners. Hackers are seeing any information that can help them prepare attacks such as computer names, IP addresses, and user accounts. This is an image of Nessus, which is a vulnerability scanner. Gaining access. So after scanning, the hacker designs the blueprint of a network of the target with the help of a data collected during phase 1 and phase 2, which is reconnaissance and scanning. So this is the phase where the real hacking takes place. Vulnerabilities which is discovered during reconnaissance and scanning phase are now exploited to gain access. This phase is where an attacker breaks into the system or the network using various tools or various methods, and after entering into the system, he has to increase his privilege to administrator level so that he can install an application he needs, or he can modify the data or maybe delete data. So gaining access is known in the hacker world as owning the system. So this is the image of a hacker who have gained access into an Android application. Maintaining access. So once a hacker has gained access, they want to keep that access for future exploitation and attacks. So this can be done using Trojans, rootkits, backdoors, and other malicious files. So this aims to maintain the access to the target until he finishes the task he planned in the target. So this is the image which is making, this is the image of someone who's making a backdoor script. Covering tracks. So no thief want to get caught. An intelligent hacker always clears all the evidence so that later no one can find any traces leading to him. This involves modifying, corrupting, or deleting all the values of logs, modifying registry values and uninstalling all the application he used, deleting all the files and folders he created. This is the image of the Windows Event Log Manager, which a hacker can easily use to delete his records or event and log files. And by the way, we'll be covering all these attacks practically in future videos with hands-on experience in my channel. Do you have some doubts or do you want some advice from me or others? You can join my Discord server then, where I'll come and we'll try to help all you guys. And by the way, link is in the description. So that's all for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.